Welcome into Sports with Balls, y'all. Jeff Michael, let's get going, man. This day before Thanksgiving. Wow. Wow. Time is flying by. Happy holidays officially now, I guess. I don't know when you guys say happy holidays to each other. Maybe it's Halloween, maybe it's Thanksgiving, but my tree's already up and holidays are kicking. So happy holidays from Sports with Balls to you guys. I'm Jeff Michael here on a Wednesday, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Man, a lot went down yesterday. Should be a fun show. 30 minutes, blasting through all this stuff. We're going to get to the NFL Thanksgiving football schedule. Maybe dive into the other games as well, but mainly just dive into those. The college football playoff bracket was released yesterday. We'll talk about that for a minute. There's a lot of controversy. As always, if we thought that it was just going to be easy going once we had the playoffs, not the case. Teams 10 through, 15, 16? Wow. That'll be a lot of fun coming up for that college committee. It's rivalry week here in the NCAA, so we'll check out that stuff. Baseball, Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers signed a 2-time Cy Young Award winner. That's right. We'll get to that as well. Unbelievable stuff. But today's show brought to you by Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. As always, get to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Incredible place to watch sporting events. 40-plus TVs in all locations. Incredible food. Award-winning food, actually. So get to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Mark Thiessen over at Thiessen Law Firm, TheTexasTrialAttorney.com. 713-864-9000. His videos are amazing. DWI specialist along with insurance, man. You get in a wreck, call Mark Thiessen, 713-864-9000. Wesley Butler, Butler CCS Incorporated, fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it, the guy's going to take care of you. Get over to Butler CCS, all your social media outlets, and give him a call if something happens. All right, let's get into what today's holiday is, the day before Thanksgiving. It is Drinksgiving. As we all know, you guys be careful out there tonight. I may partake in a little bit of Drinksgiving. I don't know yet. I've been pretty good on the gym lately, so we're going to find out. But today is Drinksgiving. So be careful out there tonight. Of course, tomorrow you'll be able to be hungover and eat a lot of turkey and watch football. What else we got? Bavarian Cream Pie Day, Kraft Jerky Day. If you make your own beef jerky, had some the other day. My neighbor makes it pretty damn good. National Jukebox Day. Love me a jukebox. National Taiwan On Day, and that is not what you think it is. It does not coincide with Drinksgiving, I'll tell you that much. It is tie an apron and cook something up in the kitchen is what that means. Pins and Needles Day. What do you love about America Day? And Turtle Adoption Day. That's right. Get you a turtle. I don't know how easy turtles are to take care of, but go get one. Today is Bruce Lee's birthday, the late, great Bruce Lee. Who else do we got? Yeah, nobody too important. All right, guys, welcome to Sports with Balls. Again, I'm Jeff Michael. Let's get into all this. First off, let's just break down this Major League Baseball thing that happened last night. Blake Snell got signed to the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is ridiculous. I don't understand. I get it why there's no cap, but this may, if they go off and win the, this doesn't guarantee a championship by any means, but it definitely puts them in the driver's seat. You've got Ohtani. What is their rotation? Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani, Gonsolin, and Miller. That's unbelievable. You could take Ohtani out of there, and in fact, I don't know why you would pitch Ohtani. At this point, you risk injury. And I mean, look, Ohtani could pitch every 2 weeks. Why not? I don't know. He could pitch when he wants it. But you got a great reliever if you need Ohtani. I wouldn't start Ohtani. You won last year without him, and you just signed Blake Snell. Why would you pitch him and risk the injury? The guy's unbelievable at the plate. It's fascinating to me. To see what's going on in baseball with this. The payroll, and there's a lot of money that's back ended, and I think $60 million of this is deferred. Let's see how much this contract is. I think it's a 7-year. Let me see. 9. Let's see. I'll have to check exactly what it is. Oh, 5-year, 182. 5 years, 182 million. Golly. No opt-outs. Some deferred money, which I think is $60 million on the back end, and $52 million signing bonus. Why wouldn't you go to LA? Great move by Snell, but man, the rest of the league has to be like, this is a joke, right? They just won the World Series, and now they add 2-time Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell, along with Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani. That's an all-star team. They have an all-star team. Like, that's not even a joke. Barring injuries, they should breeze through next year. It's not even – if I'm the Houston Astros or the Yankees maybe could compete, but if I'm the Mets, why not tank? What's the point in even trying to play if you have teams that are going to stack like this? That's unbelievable. I would just go for maybe 2-3 years down the road. This is ridiculous that they're allowed to stack up players like this and spend this much money. Dustin May's on that roster. I mean, Bobby Miller had a great year. Gonsolin. God, Yamamoto is going to be back and better. That lineup is I mean, we're not even talking about their offense. We're just talking about pitching. Golly. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani. I don't know what to tell you. I do know that they need a cap. I think the last time they tried to do it was 20 years ago. But Blake Snell, 5 years, $182 million. He is now a Los Angeles Dodgers, and they are by far the favorites to win the World Series. There you go. I don't know what else to tell you. And what if they add another piece? What if they go get another bat? What if they add Nolan Arenado? Like, my gosh, who, by the way, says he'll move to first base. The St. Louis Cardinals are trying to unload him. The Houston Astros are trying to unload Bregman, or not trying to unload him, but I don't think they're going to sign him to that big deal. They could take on Arenado's contract and then let go of Bregman. Not a bad idea for the Houston Astros. Anyways, that is just brutal. NCAA football. The bracket is out. Let's set this up. If it were to start right now, Arizona State taking on Ohio State in the first round, Tennessee taking on Georgia, great football game. Number 11, Indiana at number 6, Penn State. Number 10, SMU versus number 7, Notre Dame. Texas with a bye, Miami with a bye, Oregon with a bye, and then it was at number 4, Boise State with a bye. This is somewhat confusing to a lot of people. I'm not going to break it down for you and get into all the logistics of how this thing goes on and on and on. But Alabama's not in right now. That's the big thing. And if you're an Alabama fan, of course you're arguing. The rest of the United States is like, you don't deserve to get in. You've got 3 losses and ugly ones too. A blowout loss too last week. I don't think Alabama needs to be in this. The top 4, as far as rankings are concerned, the top 4 stayed the same. But you have people that are going to win their conference that are going to get buys and or jump into the playoffs. All right, like Oregon, the top 4 didn't change. Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you jump on social media on Sports with Balls, I posted something the other day. Should Penn State be number 4? It has gone ballistic. No, they shouldn't. Their schedule is easy to say the least. But it looks like Oregon, Ohio State, and Texas are pretty much already in the championship. Miami probably. They have those are the 4 teams with first-round buys projected. Boise State may have a first-round bye. It gets so confusing right here. But I do love the process, right? Notre Dame's an independent. They're in the playoffs. They don't have a conference championship game. They can't lose to a better team or a worse team anymore. They have – who's Notre Dame playing? I meant anymore. I meant by this. They're playing USC this week. That's their last game. Unranked USC at 2:30. Rivalry week is here, so this is going to change a little bit, maybe, depending on who wins and loses. That Michigan-Ohio State game looms huge. I'll look at the point differentials here in a minute and see on the spreads. I think it's Ohio State minus 14, but we'll see. Georgia's number 7, Tennessee 8, SMU 9. Indiana dropped 5 spots to number 10. Boise State 11, Clemson 12, Alabama out at 13, Ole Miss out at 14. South Carolina moves up to 8-3. Arizona State 9-2 moved up 5 spots. Number 16. Colorado, I told you they were in a must-win situation and they lost. They are down to 25th and they're out. They are out. But the games this weekend are huge. Huge football games. Let's go to the scoreboard. Starting, let's see, Thursday, Memphis at number 17, Tulane. That should be a fun football game. If you guys haven't been paying attention, Memphis is 9-2. Tulane, 9-2. Memphis is unranked. If they win, they will be ranked. They had a bad loss. They should be ranked. And who did they lose to? They had a really bad loss that really hurt them. They lost to Navy 56-44, but that wasn't it. Oh, UTSA. They lost to University of Texas San Antonio 44-36, or else they would be ranked. Bad loss. They'll play Tulane coming up Thanksgiving, 6:30. That'll be a fun game to watch if you're into Thanksgiving college football. 11 a.m. Friday, Boise State taking on Oregon State. That is Boise minus 19. Woo. I might take Oregon State in that one. I don't know yet. Oklahoma State at Colorado. Oklahoma State's 3-8. I don't expect much of a fight. Colorado's really going to have to put the hammer down. They're 16.5-point favorites. This is all Friday, by the way. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Mississippi State's terrible. Ole Miss is favored by 26. Georgia's favored by 19.5 over Georgia Tech. That's not much of a rivalry on Friday. Now you move to Saturday. Michigan at Ohio State. I said it was 14. It's 21. Michigan has nothing to play for here. This is house money for them. Give me Michigan plus 21 points. This is a massive, and if it's in Ohio State, it's at the Horseshoe. This is a huge rivalry. And if you don't do anything, you got to win this game, right? And is Ryan Day's job on the line if he loses this? Because damn, they're number 2 in the country. Michigan's only 6-5, 4-4 in the Big Ten, and they're 21-point underdogs. I like Michigan plus 21 points. I do. Ohio State just needs to win. They don't need to impress anybody. It's not like impressing the committee for anything. But, man, give me the 21 in Michigan. Tennessee's playing Vanderbilt. Tennessee's only 10.5-point favorite. That could be a close game. Watch out. South Carolina and Clemson. This is the big one. Clemson's 12th in the country right now. South Carolina 15th in the country. Clemson's only 2.5-point favorites. It's in Clemson. Or at Clemson at Memorial Stadium. Man, I'm not betting on that one. That should be a fun game. South Carolina is going to give Clemson a run for their money. That one will shake up the top 12 for sure. Illinois is at Northwestern. Illinois should handle that game pretty easily. Maryland at Penn State. See, this is what I'm saying. Maryland is 4-7. Penn State's 10-1. Penn State's 24.5-point favorite. Take them on the money line. Penn State's schedule. This is a huge debate of why they're 4th. West Virginia, Bowling Green, Kent State. The big game they had, I guess, was, or not big game, one of the ranked wins they had was Illinois, 19th ranked Illinois. That was their 4th game of the season. They won. Then UCLA, USC, Wisconsin. They lost to Ohio State, Washington, Purdue, Minnesota, and now Maryland. Folks, that's an easy road. That's an easy road for Penn State. I mean, it is what it is. We're the ones that voted on this playoff system. So if they get in and then they get whooped in the first round, we'll know. Notre Dame and USC, as I mentioned earlier, Miami. This is a rough game right here. Miami's at Syracuse. Only 11-point favorite. Syracuse 8-3, 4-3 in the ACC. You have to be careful here, Miami. You have to be careful. That could be a tricky game. Cal at SMU. This is in Dallas at Gerald Ford Stadium. I like SMU in this, minus 13.5. SMU's a good team. Remember a long time ago when they got banished from the NCAA? They got the death penalty. SMU could be back. Maybe. I mean, look, I'm not saying they're going to beat Oregon. I'm saying that SMU's number 9 in the country. They're 10-1, 7-0 in the ACC, and a couple more recruiting classes, and SMU could be a huge, huge school coming up pretty soon. Auburn at Alabama. Don't overlook this game, Alabama. I know you're trying. They need a huge win over Auburn, but the Iron Bowl. This is in Tuscaloosa. There'll be a lot of people watching that. I don't want to say everybody, but Alabama 8-3 could be out of it. Arizona State and Arizona. That's a fun game. That's a fun game to be at for sure. Arkansas at 21, Missouri. Purdue at Indiana. Oh, that's going to be a blowout. My gosh. Purdue's 1-10. Washington at Oregon. Nobody's putting up a fight. And then the big one, Texas at Texas A&M. It's Texas -5. That's insane. This game, I'll be there. And maybe I'll go live or something. But Texas at Texas A&M. Texas is only -5. This could shake things up tremendously. Now, Texas go in there, handle business. We're good to go. Everything's fine and dandy. But they lose. Whew. That'll be interesting. That Miami game and this Texas game, watch out. That could really, really have an impact on what goes on next week in the rankings. Kansas State at Iowa State, nothing new there. Nevada, UNLV, Houston at BYU. That's it. That's your rivalry week. The huge games that I see are the Penn State, the Penn State Maryland game. No, I'm sorry, not Penn State Maryland game. The Michigan Ohio State game, Texas A&M game, and the Miami Syracuse game. That's your rivalries. Those are the ones that could shake a lot of things up right now. But as it stands, right now, you have. Let me check this out. Oregon's with a bye. Georgia and Tennessee face off. Boise State with a bye. Ohio State and Arizona State face off. UT with a bye. They'll face the winner of Notre Dame and SMU. Can you imagine UT versus SMU? That's Dallas versus Austin. That'd be pretty interesting. Miami versus the winner of Penn State and Indiana. Look, I like all those. I do. Alabama's out. It looks like Clemson's out. Ole Miss is out. South Carolina's out. I mean, it is what it is. This is what we voted on. Do you want more? You want more teams? I like this a lot. This is 12 teams in. We're going to find out. Interesting week coming up in college football. All right, let's get to Thanksgiving Day in the NFL. Woo, man! I hope all of your fantasy football things are going good. Mine's going. I think I'm in 5 leagues, and in 4 of them I'm guaranteed playoffs, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. A couple of them I'm first. A couple of them I'm teetering on the edge. So we'll see. I know playoffs are coming up for some of y'all in 2 weeks, some of y'all 1 week, some of y'all 3 weeks. Depends on how your league is set up. But Thursday afternoon, Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, Bears and Lions, a kickoff at 11:30. Detroit -10. They're at home. They have been blowing people out. I'm not sure the injury situation in Montgomery. We'll have to wait and see on that. I don't know if they're going to play him or not, but they got Gibbs. Gibbs is amazing. Goff, St. Brown, Williams, Jameson Williams been stepping up. Give me Detroit -10. Bears are good. I don't think they should have won a couple of games, a Hail Mary and then a blocked field goal versus Green Bay. But the Lions are just Super Bowl bound. They've got chemistry. They've got the head coach. They've got the personnel. Just Super Bowl bound team. Now, the next game. 3:30, the Giants at the Cowboys. This is nap time. This is where you eat during the Bears and Lions game and you pass out during this Giants at the Cowboys game. Tommy Cutlets is starting. It's Dallas -3. You've got Tommy Cutlets versus Cooper Rush in the Giants at the Cowboys game. I'm done. I'm not like that's nap time. And then the night right now it's Dallas -3.5. Sure, I take Dallas. I think because they're at home, so probably take Dallas minus. Their defense is good, so Dallas -3.5. That's what I would do. So my parlay of the day, I'll finish it up with Dolphins at the Packers, Green Bay -3.5. Here's the I'm going to go Packers, and here's why. It's 27 degrees during the game for this. Miami Dolphins in 27-degree weather. I know there's a stat out there, and it's not good. It's not good at all with sub 30, sub 40 probably. Dolphins are not ready for that. I like the Packers. Speed may play a factor. It doesn't look like it's going to be snowing, so maybe the Dolphins can get off that, with a little bit of speed, some screen passes. I don't know. But I like Green Bay. What is that, all home teams? Wow, all home teams minus the spread. Wow, talk about chalk betting. That's your parlay of the day. Detroit, Dallas, Green Bay, all minus your points. Friday, hopefully I'll have a show Friday morning. We'll see how it goes, depending on what happens on Thanksgiving. And then I've got to take off to College Station. That'll be a blast this weekend. So Friday, you've got Raiders at the Chiefs. Chiefs -12 all day long. I don't see how the Raiders with their new quarterback now, I mean, golly, they're tanking. I believe that Shedeur Sanders posts all the time. As soon as the Raiders lose, he posts something on Twitter that says, thank God. Here's the reason why Shedeur Sanders to the Raiders. Tom Brady's been his mentor for about, 4 or 5 years now. And now who owns a little bit of the Raiders? Tom Brady. So I believe that's where he's heading. We'll see. There's a lot of things that could happen. Sunday's game, Chargers at Falcons, Steelers at the Bengals. There's good football games this weekend. Cardinals at the Vikings. That's another good game. Colts and Patriots. Meh. Seahawks at the Jets. Are the Jets tanking? That's interesting. Titans at the Commanders. Commanders need that win bad. Texans at the Jags. This is interesting because it's only Houston -5. That's real interesting. Rams at the Saints, Buccaneers at Panthers, Eagles at Ravens. That's probably the game of the week. And then 49ers at Bills Sunday night. And then, of course, on Monday, we'll get into the Browns and the Broncos. All right, today in sports history, what do we got? Is this the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving? Let's see. Tom Harmon. Joe DiMaggio named AL MVP for the second time in 1941. Where else we got? Man. Gordie Howe becomes first NHLer to score 1,000 points in 1960. Gordie Howe. I need one of his cards. Yanks trade Ellis, Torres, Spikes to Indians for Nettles and Moses in 1972. That was a huge trade. The 41st Iron Bowl in 1976, Auburn 38. Alabama beats Auburn 38-7 in Birmingham. Man, that was the 41st one in 1976. My goodness. That seems like years and years. What is that? 48 years ago? Wow. Let's see. Man, there's not a whole lot that went on today. There's some tennis. Tiger Woods named PGA Tour's Player of the Year for the 11th time in 2013. Now, a little bit of Tiger Woods news is he's not playing in the Hero Golf Tournament. He had surgery again, his 8th one on his back. Will be out indefinitely. I'm a massive Tiger Woods fan. I grew up watching him. It was phenomenal to see what Tiger did in his prime. It's really sad to watch now. It's almost like that Tyson fight when you see him go out there and try to play golf. I just wish either he'd hang it up and just say, I'm done, and then go on to some other stuff, or go be 100% before you enter into tournaments. I just the limping around and the struggling to hit the ball. It literally reminds me of the Mike Tyson fight. Sucks for Tiger Woods because I grew up watching him. All right, guys, that's Sports with Balls. The podcast version will be up directly after this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Jeff Michael. We'll see you on Friday.